Hello everyone, Josh here with Texas Games, bringing y'all another first impression, and today we're going to be looking at Anima of Quantmix. Now the name is definitely strange. Quantmix is actually the global publisher of this game. This is the only game that I've seen that they actually have ever published. I might be mistaken on that, but when it comes to global release, that's the only thing I could find. So this might be a new publisher. It could be a subsidiary of another company. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't dive too much into it. But yes, the game name is a little bit strange. But granted, the game itself is actually surprisingly good. Now, this is coming from somebody who's a very big skeptic when it comes to gacha games with chibis, because I am not the biggest chibi fan. I've said that countless times on first impression videos and even other videos that we've done here on the channel. And if you've ever seen me play the game called Shining Maiden, that was one of the games that was using chibi arts that I actually kind of enjoyed playing for, actually several months. And so, of course, it got sadly shut down in soft launch, so that game probably will never see the light of day. However, this game is globally released today. Been out for just a little bit, maybe like an hour or two at the recording of this video, not very long. This game is kind of flying under the radar because it did not have a lot of marketing or publishing or anything like that going on, not very many advertisements or anything like that. So, if this is something up your alley, definitely check it out. Definitely share the video, get the word out, because, this game might surprise you kind of like it surprised me. And again, this is coming from somebody who's not really the biggest fan of chibis. So if I'm saying that it's pretty decent and something, at least worth the look, that's very telling. So this is a turn-based game. It has a lot of different things that you can do, a lot of different types of content. We'll go over some of those things, but let's jump right into the gameplay. And I do want to say, as we always do in these first impressions, stick around to the end because I will be giving you my rating out of 10. Let me know in the comment section below after you watch the video what your rating is as well, what you think about the game so far. So let's go ahead and jump into campaign. Now the tutorial, I will say, is about a little under 10 minutes, give or take, depending on how fast you get through it. If you want to read the dialogue, of course, it's going to take a little bit longer. I know, when it comes to gacha game, story isn't really one of the main factors that a lot of you look into, but I know some people do like to kind of follow along. So if that's up your alley, definitely go ahead and check that out. It will take a little bit longer to get through the tutorial if you do so, but there is some quality of life features in this game that allow you to get through it pretty quickly. You can just auto it, or you can just skip it entirely. The game does offer 3 times speed that you get very, very soon on into the game, which is amazing. You can see here that we're playing this one full auto right now, so you got to just get a little bit of a look of what the game has to offer. On the third wave, I'll go ahead and turn auto off. That way you guys can get like a little bit more of an analysis of kind of what's going on, a little bit more of a breakdown, if you will. Yeah, let's go ahead and just turn off auto right now. Okay. So you'll see up here, we have, of course, the rewards that you're getting. Right now, we have 1 drop. You get multiple drops, of course, in a run. And those drops, of course, are like little mini chests or crates, if you will. And they give you various rewards based on whatever, type of content you're trying to clear. Right now, we're just doing basic story on easy mode. I believe there's a hard mode as well. I'm not sure if there's another mode after that. Like, see here, we could pause the game, we could restart, leave the battle, etc. I do love the restart feature that allows you to just go quickly into it and not have to go through all the different menus again. That's very nice. Nice little quality of life there. Of course, you got ×1 speed, ×2, ×3, which is great. You have your auto on and off. You also have your turn order down here in the bottom center, which is very nice. It kind of tells you, who's going first, second, third, etc. between you and the enemies, which is very cool. There is a targeting system in the game where if you're doing a non-AoE move, for example, you can target whatever enemy you want to select. It tells you the enemy's attribute or element, if you will, in this game. Like we have green, red, and blue. There you go. It also shows you our character's actual HP. You can even see their character bust in the very bottom left. So that's very nice. And you can see, I'm just going to go and do our first skill. Our other 2 skills are on a cooldown. So if you've ever played like a game like, let's see here, Epic 7, this is going to be pretty familiar in terms of combat. Except there's not going to be any combat readiness, hopefully, in this game. Let's just go ahead. So we're using a blue unit. I'm assuming we're stronger than this red unit. I haven't really looked at all the attributes yet, but that's generally how it goes. I missed. That's unfortunate. So our other 2 skills are also in cooldowns because, of course, we use a lot of them up in the first couple waves. We got some critical damage. I do appreciate that it actually says critical damage. A lot of games they'll have like multicolors, you know, that all depict different things, like base, you know, just base damage, critical damage, true damage, etc. But sometimes you'll have multiple that use the same color. So if you're doing things like I love to do, where I analyze the characters and try to maximize my damage by doing a lot of math and stuff like that and trying to figure out the damage formulas, it makes my life a lot easier when I know what is actual crit damage versus everything else. So it just helps me from an analytical standpoint. I do appreciate that little extra there, and I love it. If you click and hold on the character, you can actually see what buffs or debuffs are applied to the character, as well as how much HP they currently have, which is also very helpful. I would like a lot of these games to show a little bit more information like they did in like Grand Cross, for example, where you can actually see the enemy's defense, their HP, their crit resist, their crit rate, their effectiveness, their accuracy, their speed, etc. I would love to see that. I don't see that in a lot of games. I'd love to get more of that, but I'm not gonna complain too much. You know, I do appreciate that they at least allow you to pull that up and quickly look at their HP and stuff like that. Some games only let you just see an HP bar, and outside of bosses, you just don't know how much HP they have without sitting in there and actually testing the numbers. So again, I'm not gonna nitpick too hard, but I do appreciate that that is there. Okay, so we have a second ability here that we can actually use for our team. And so if you click and hold, you can actually see the abilities themselves. We have a defense up, increased defense by 60%, and an invincibility, ignore all damage in this kit here. This is very cool. This is a 6-turn cooldown. The skill is called Wolf's Will. Grants the target ally immunity for 1 turn, and defense up for 2 turns. So we can go ahead and just like make this character completely unkillable for the next hit. As you can see, we just did it. They took no damage. Very cool stuff there. Alright, so now that you know kind of how all the combat works, we'll just go ahead and click auto. And I'm sure this is going to make for a lot of boss fights being very nice, because we can actually set up some, you know, good strategies, what units we want to go first or second, stuff like that, because I'm sure there's a speed mechanic in this game. There usually always is. It may not be directly called speed, but I'm sure there's a way to kind of manipulate it, I'd imagine. You can go click restart if you need to reset, restart the run if you can get a full 3-star clear. You can confirm the run and just go back to the main menu or whatever you want to do, or click next battle and just jump right into the next one. So again, nice little quality of life there. Nice menu layouts because it's clear to read. We understand what's going on. You have your stamina up in the top center. It's those cans. We have our gold. You have your gems. There is premium and free gems in the game. From what I can tell, the premium gems don't have too much of an advantage over the free ones. You just get like a nice little discounted daily summon that you can only do 1 time a day, and I think that's per banner that allows it. So nothing major there. So I'm okay with that. Usually sometimes premium versus free to play gets like some crazy levels of discounts or advantages, their own particular banners that they can go into. I've not seen that yet. That could change later on, but as of right now, I'm not seeing that. So that's good. You also got your APs up here as well, your AP points, your AP coins, if you will. So let's go back to the main menu real quick. So there is a normal and hard mode, as I said, in story. Not sure if there's going to be like a hell mode or anything like that that might come later on. Now, the gameplay, the characters are chibis, but they at least keep their forms. Like their full body figures are just chibified, but they're fully there. That's nice. Sometimes when you see chibis of full art characters, they completely like change the designs of them and stuff like that, where they just don't look like their full art versions. So I do appreciate that they didn't do anything like that. I do love that the characters are animated in the background and they make noises. They do their voiceovers. You can pick from Japanese voiceovers or Korean in the settings, which is nice. You can make the game in 30 frames per second all the way up to 60 frames per second. You can turn notifications on and off, yada yada yada. Play with the background music, the voiceover music, and all that other stuff. You can also change the background of the menu. Right now I only have 3 unlocked. They might add more later on, considering they have a not owned part of the menu, so I'm assuming they might have more available later on. You can also just turn everything off and just have a nice little wallpaper background there if you want to, take a quick snapshot or whatever and put it on your phone or put it on whatever you want to use. If you're a YouTuber like me, use that for thumbnails. Very, very cool. You can also do that in the character selection menu. So if we go to like squad, for example, and we'll load up real quick. And I love the loading is so fast in this game. It's not the fastest I've seen, but it's pretty fast. So I do appreciate that. You don't have long loading times That's a big plus for me. And look at this UI. It's just so clean. I love the character card arts as well. They look very, very good. The highest rarity, by the way, in this game is SR, from what I can tell so far, all the way down to N. So normal, rare, super rare. I don't know if SSRs are going to be something that you just have to like awaken into or evolve into, or if they just don't exist yet. I'm not sure. So again, here's the attributes, the 3 elements. As I was saying, you have the red, the blue, and the green. You have all of our different various characters. You can, obviously you have your filters, you have your defensive type, your support characters, your DPSs, prototypical stuff you're going to find in a lot of these RPGs and these gacha games. So you can see all these characters that we do not own yet, all these SRs obviously that we don't own. Let's just go ahead and check out Beatrice. So her art is amazing. So she's a she-devil. I love it. I love it. Dude, when you're in here, you can see their attack, their HP, their defense, their speed, their crit chance, their crit damage, their effect hit rate, their resist effect. Now, I'm not, oh yeah, there is speed right there. Duh, I just read it. So there is a speed mechanic, obviously, and we can actually see what the speed is. That's great. That'll allow us to kind of set up our units the way we need to. With gear, there is a gear system in this game. It uses a grading system and a tier system. They have like a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and then you have gear that's like green, blue, purple, etc. So we have 3 skills here, and you can hover over and see what those skills look like and what they look like when you, of course, upgrade them. Looks like this particular skill has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 upgrades. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're up to 11, I believe. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. So 5, 5, and 6. So 16 total, right? If I read that correctly. So about 16 upgrades, give or take. I don't know if that's going to be the same for all units, but it is for this one. With fuse fragments, you can actually, there is a fragment system in this game to get additional copies of the character or to get the character for the first time, I believe, as well. You can get those things in like the exchange shop. What's cool is you can click the eye here, as I said. You can get these for like nice little pictures or thumbnails or just to show off your new character or whatever. Very, very cool there. It shows you down here in the bottom left what your character type is. So she is a green type and she's a tank. That's her main role. She's a defender. So you have defenders, attacker, support, as we've already mentioned earlier. So very cool stuff. You also have a bond, I believe, unless this is just your level. That might be the actual character level. And their total power right now at base for this particular character is like 829. So very cool. You can go through here and there's like a nice helpful tooltip that you can get throughout the entire game. You can quickly go to. It'll show you like a summary, your rarities. So there is a UR. So that's interesting. So that's an original rarity. So that means you can't get an SSR or UR from summoning, but you can make an SSR and a UR by building the character up, probably through like enhancement and limit breaking. That makes sense. So basically SR is the highest natural, or in their case, original rarity. Very interesting stuff. So here's the attributes, as we've already talked about, and it'll show you what the advantages and disadvantages are. So we have wind, earth, and water. Very simple. I love that they're using just the easy terms for those. You got your anima role. Obviously, again, we've already talked about those. We've got enhance here. What is strengthening? Gives special drinks to animas to enhance and strengthen their abilities. You have your limit breaking. An anime's rarity will decide the max level and stat, but limit break will allow the anime to exceed her original limit. It will increase the rarity of the anima by 1 grade and correspondingly increase max level and stats. So there you guys and gals go. And it talks about the method, the result. I don't want to talk too much about it. You guys can kind of check these out for yourselves. You have Link. What is a Link? Link deepens the relationship between the savior and animus and awakens the hitting potential of the anima. When Link is completed, the anima's appearance changes and default stats increase. So they actually get an appearance change. Very interesting. So there's a lot to explore here that I definitely want to check out. We have equipment as well. We've already briefly talked about. You got your rarity rank up, your summary. You got your tiers here. Obviously, if you look here at this picture, you can see the gear types. Like these are like an attack set. They're tier 1s, and then you have orange, purple, blue, and green. There's the tiers. There's the rarities, obviously. And then you got your 6 different your 6 different pieces. You got your accessories and your main 4 pieces of gear. Your set effects, obviously, if you have like a 4-piece attack set, for example, you're gonna get like an attack percentage. It might be 2 pieces in this game. But let's see. Yeah, onslaught attack increased by 35% for 4 parts. So it's a 4-piece set. Defense is a 2-piece set. I do like that speed is a 4-piece set, because speed is definitely going to dominate a lot of these games early on, even long periods of time. Sometimes speed never gets knocked out of a meta, especially in PvP, which this game does have. So I do like that they made speed a 4-piece set in this game instead of the usual 2. It's a little bit different. It changes things up. I like it. Lock settings, obviously you can lock your gear and unlock your gear, etc., etc. So lots of stuff there to kind of dive into and explore. Got your formation here. You can set up where you want your units to be. As you can see right now, these are just kind of the default that they set you up with in tutorial. I haven't really changed that yet. You can name your squads. You can have multiple squads here for different things like PvP, for dungeons, for different types of dungeons. You can even set up your skill settings, you know, what your priority is for your skill orders. That way they'll be very useful in like maybe PvP if you're using like AI and PvP for like defense, for example. They'll be also very helpful if you're running a lot of auto in story mode, for example, as well. So all that good stuff is there. Like all these quality of lives are there. The UI is very clean. Again, this game surprised me. I was not expecting to really enjoy this game because I saw the name and I was like, okay, the name's a little bit weird. Is this going to be some just kind of spin-off knockoff game that's just going to lack a lot of, you know, everything? But no, I've got in here and I've been exploring, and so far I've really enjoyed it. You can see your total power here. Mine's like 2685. You can come up in here to your profile. You can, you know, rename your character. You can copy your ID. If you guys want to copy that ID, feel free to add me. I'll try to add as many of you as possible. I also have a guild under the same name, Exis. So if you guys want to check that out, definitely go ahead. But you can see here your arena, your collect animas. There's 42 in the game right now. I've got 5. My guild, of course, Exis. Wilfoth, I'm not even going to try and say that word, but I'm thinking that's like some kind of the tower or whatever, because it says 50 floors. So I'm thinking that might be a tower mode. Total power, obviously, I don't have a self intro. If you click profile settings, you can actually change which character you want to be up here. Like we could throw one of these up there if we'd like. I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. We also have frames that we can change, which I don't have any of these cool looking frames yet, but some of these frames look really, really cool. I mean, look at that. That looks dope. And it tells you how you can get them as well. Very, very cool. I like that fire one as well. That one looks pretty nice too. So cool stuff there. A little bit of customization there and make you look a little bit different from your peers in the game. As I said, there is a guild mode. We'll quickly jump into the guild. I haven't really explored too much in guild. Now, right after you beat the tutorial, you can go in and make a guild for free. Like, it didn't cost me anything to make the guild, or you can even join one as well. I'm not entirely sure what all guilds can do yet. We have 3 members already. You can do check-ins, which give you check-in rewards every single day. There's 2 ways you can check in. There's like a premium check-in and a free check-in. I think the premium costs you some gems. We have guild raids as well that we can prepare for. So I'm glad, and I'm already happy to see that there's guild content already on day 1. That is exciting for me. We're gonna have to explore some of those things. If you guys want to see more from this game here on the channel, let me know, because again, I've been taken aback on how much I've enjoyed what I've seen in this game so far. Just crazy. Who would have thought? A chibi-based game got me excited. So we have check-in rewards. We have guild raid rewards. Of course, we're only level 1 right now. Let's see what the highest guild level is right now. So it looks like okay, so level 30 is the highest guild level so far. Okay, interesting. We have guild activities, obviously. So we got X's is checked in, Gurky's joined the guild, AJ Lee has joined the guild. So I don't know who else is going to join the guild. I have it open to everyone right now. I'll probably be a little bit more picky as the guild starts filling up. We have 30 slots. So that's nice from starting out. Some guilds only allow you to have like 10. Some only let you have 20, like very low numbers. So I'm glad that you're at least allowed to have 30 right out of the gate. I don't know if that number is going to increase or not. But anyways, that's guild for now. We might have to check out guild raid in a later video. We'll have to see. Not sure when that's released, if it's already available or if it's going to be something that's being added here in the next few days or so. I'm not sure. So, we have all kinds of different game modes as well in this game. You have campaign, you have 2 different explorations that also have their own different stages in them. You have arena as well, and you have dungeons, which I'm assuming that's going to be like end game dungeons. You have to beat like chapter 4, and I forget what stage it was to even unlock it. But you have all these different various things you can do. You got the simulator room. which allows you to kind of grab all these all-purpose drinks. Now you can use these drinks on your characters to enhance their stats temporarily in battle, which is very, very cool. Adds an extra layer of strategy when it comes to probably beating harder, harder to beat stages in later game content, which is nice. You can watch 10 ads a day for free additional gold. I believe it's 50,000 gold in total. Now they do have, for spending real money, you can buy a package for 30 days that lets you get all your ad-based content done instantly for free. All the ad-based stuff that you can do daily will be done instantly without you having to watch the ads. I think that's like 9 USD per month, and you also get 500 gems, which is almost 2 multi-summons. A multi-summon in this game is 300. We're going to look at summons real quick before we get out of here. I'm not going to look at the shop. You guys can check that out for yourselves. You can see here, right now we have 4 banners currently. We have the premium summon, which I'm assuming this is just the general base banner that's going to be here forever. The summon rates in this game are a little bit low. They're 1%. However, there is only 10 units available right now for SR. Rares 10%, so you basically have 11% to get one of the higher tiers, and then 89% for ends. Now I'm not sure if end rarities have any any real worth in this game. I've not looked at all the units yet, obviously, to see what units are decent or not. There might be some really good hidden gems in the end category. I'm not sure. I don't know if you can do anything additional with those when you get like too many, or if you can like exchange them or whatever. That's gonna be something I'm gonna have to look into. But yeah, so that is the rates basically. The paid, you pay 10 gems and you get 1 summon per day on this banner, or you can pay just a general 30. So that's the difference between paid and free, for the most part, from what I've seen so far. So it's not that bad. It's not the biggest deal in the world. So I'm okay with it. I am happy that summon rates are the same for both premium and free gem users as well. So free to play shouldn't be, losing out too much on that. And it looks like a multi-summon across the board is going to be 300 gems, except for the event summons that actually use event summon tickets, which you're going to get 10 for free from your mailbox. I will have a code and a link for more codes in the description below, so definitely check that out. We have a daily free ad summon as well from here, so that's nice. You're going to get a daily free summon from that. You have the Anima rate up and the Irene rate up. So we have 2 rate up banners going on right now till the 18th, it looks like. So they both go away at the same time. You can also see the rates for that. 1%, except those particular units get, it looks like, an additional like 50% up or whatever, because they go from like a 0.9 to a 0.15. So they're getting like an additional 50% rate up, which is fine on that particular unit. Same thing for Irene. You can also check out what the units are. Now, there is a pity on the rate ups. It's 300 summons left until guaranteed. 300 is a lot for a pity, and I know a lot of you are like, oh my god, that's too much. Now, you are guaranteed to get 1 rare or higher per multi. Or actually, it even says when making 10 consecutive summons. I wonder if you might just get 1 rare or higher every 10 pulls, based on what that says. It doesn't say per multi, it says per 10 consecutive summons. So if I did 9 singles and then on my 10th one, it should be a rare or higher. So that's good. I like that. So basically you're getting the pity both ways. It kind of if that's the case, though, it kind of makes me not really care about doing multis then, if I'm doing like some kind of like content, for example. Like if I want to get through them real quick, that's fine. But for content creation, I think doing single summons would be a little bit more dramatic, since there is real no incentive for doing a multi, if that is the case. We'll have to test that out, but based on what that says, it looks like just doing singles should do the same as doing a multi, except you're just going to be wasting a little bit more of your time, obviously. But for YouTube videos, for myself, that would be a lot of fun. Now, the summon rates, again, are the same, but yeah, the 300 summons for the guaranteed unit is a little bit crazy, but they do one thing in this game that's actually very, very cool. If you summon on this banner and you do not pull the rate up hero, when the banner leaves, when the banner goes away, they will discount you 1 gem per summon you've done. So let's say you do 200 summons in this banner. You're 100 away from the guarantee. You never pulled the rate up unit at all. You're just like, you're cursing the game. You're upset. You're frustrated. You put all your hard-earned free-to-play gems into the game. You could not pull the unit, unfortunately. You just feel like you just wasted your time. They're going to give you 200 gems. They're going to give you 1 gem per summon that you've done if you do not pull the raid up hero. That is very, very cool. Now, it's not a ton. Obviously, they're not, they're not giving you back all your summons you've done, because it is 300 gems per multi. So if you do, if you do 200 summons, you don't get the unit. You're getting 2/3 of a multi back for free. But it's the fact that you get to keep all the units that you've pulled, and it compensates you at least somewhat. A lot of games aren't going to compensate you if you don't pull the unit. They just say, better luck next time. So I do appreciate that they do that. So maybe that's why the guaranteed is so high. But I also don't know what the full scope of free-to-play gems are in this game. They might give you a bunch of gems from doing various things. I have not explored that deep yet, but I just thought I would mention that because that's, pretty important information. So that's pretty much it, guys and gals. I mean, we also have, of course, your achievements, your lifetime achievements, your rank rewards, and of course, doing your daily 11 missions per day. So the dailies are 11 per day. Let's see how many I've already done. So I've only done probably like a couple. I'm not entirely sure. So it looks like you get gems every day from that as well. I know in your shops, you also get a daily gem for watching an ad. So that's 30 a month from that alone. You're going to get, looks like 15 or more from doing your daily missions. Whatever other kind of content you do daily, that's going to give you gems. So I'm not, entirely sure what the gem income is going to be per month. But so far, it seems to be pretty generous. Some of the packs in there as well, if you do, decide to spend some money, there's some really good packs in there, including a $1 pack that gives you 20 summons right now in a free SR hero. Everyone gets the same SR hero from that pack, but it's only $1. So that's very cool. But that's going to be it for me. Well, you guys, let me know what you guys think about this game in the comment section below. I'm definitely looking forward to see what your ratings are for this game. I'm going to go ahead and give this game, actually, this might shock some people. I might actually go ahead and give this game a 9 out of 10. And the reason why I do that is because I'm not sold on chibi games. I'm just not a big fan of chibi games. But this game has a lot to offer based on some of the things that I've seen so far. And of course, I rate these games based on my first impression, not long-term gameplay. Not from, not a week from now, not a month from now, today, what I've showed you guys in today's video. And I want to go ahead and give this game a 9 out of 10. I feel like that is entirely fair because it has a lot to offer. It has a lot of quality of life. The UI is clean. It has a lot of features. It has a lot of game modes. Clearly you can see that just from jumping into the game. They allow you to make guilds early on. There's, strategic gameplay already welcomed in here because, you got 3 skills per character that are selectable. You got targeting, you got AoE skills, you've got self buffs, you got self healing. You have single target attacks. You're going to have boss fights. You're going to have to think strategically with that. You got placement. You've got speed mechanics. You're going to have to set up what, type of speed you want on certain units. What units you want to go first or second. They allow you to set up your skills and stuff like that. It's for autopilot. That's good. The loading screens are fast. Not the fastest I've seen, but they are pretty fast. There's a lot of multiple events going on at right now as well for release. So the release campaign has been pretty nice. It's pretty generous. You're going to be getting a multi or 2 just out of the mailbox rewards alone. They're already giving out gift cards. Gift codes. The full art animations for the characters look really, really clean. There's voiceovers in this game. You can also select between you can select between Korean and Japanese for the voiceovers. There's also multiple languages that you can read for the dialogue and all the menu items. So that's cool. They tell you what the different types of damage do. The gear has, its own system as well that seems to be pretty complex, which I like because, again, that adds more value to the strategic element to the game, which I find very, very good for turn-based. It even shows you the turn order. It just has a lot of different features that you want to see in a game. And for the fact that it has all this and it's a chibi, it's surprising. It kind of threw me for a loop because you don't really see a lot of this attention to detail going into a game that is more or less a chibi. Usually you see this type of stuff going into more of like a high-end, high-polished 3D game, unless the game's like epic 7 2D graphics. You just don't see a lot of these elements, so I'm very shocked and surprised, but also satisfied to see these things. So, again, 9 out of 10, that's going to be my rating. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to get notifications. Join me in the Discord in the description below. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, don't forget to follow me, of course, on Twitter at XPlays. See you later. Peace.